Welcome to Be Out in a Cottage. I've got a few things to share with you today. So as well as showing you around the gardens and sharing that with you, I have recently acquired a very old green man desk. And then towards the end of this video is a little story about my granny, who liked a drink or two, but always kept her dignity. So you're very welcome. Let's go into the cottage and begin. So I'm just, I'm just sat here on the porch, on the sofa bed, and showing you my latest addition. It is a beautiful desk. I'll show you the workings of it in a minute. What drew me to it was the fact that it seemed to be made out of oak. I think I'm right, because I've had a look at the grain. And each of those handles down the front, let me just do a little close up, is actually a green man. Aren't they beautiful? Now, apparently it's sort of mid-Victorian. Could be a little bit earlier, but it's around that. Sort of 18, let me see, Victoria died in 1901. So it's about 1860, maybe, 1870. It was made in London. There's actually the original sticker on the back of it. And it was made in London. Now in fact, all the drawer fronts and the desk top would have been hand carved. I realised that when I was having a closer look, and I actually seen the tool marks. It was all hand carved. Now there's a little bit of damage, not on this side. This is a little pull-out support. The little knob is gone from here, but that's okay. We can fix that. Oh, that should only come out so far. Been a few nails put in that, so that needs a little bit of repair work, not too much. And then this is the desktop, which drops down. It is solid, absolutely solid oak, so it's very, very heavy. This beauty has been standing the test of time for, let me just count up, 124, about 150 years. And actually she's got more beautiful as she's aged. So what do you think of that? A bargain or what? Now I hear you ask, why have you put it in the porch, Colette? Well, first of all, this is the smallest room in the house, in the cottage. I think bar the shower room. Maybe the shower room's about the same size when the measurements are done. And I think this is 8 foot by 8 foot or something, this porch. It's actually quite small, but it is the easiest room in the cottage to heat. See that little radiator there when I plugged that in? 10 minutes later, this is as warm as it comes. So, and also, I thought if I'm sitting here, look, I can see out, I can see the top of the drive. Worth cleaning that window for, don't you think? Don't tell me, Granny, that I don't clean the windows. She'll be coming back to haunt me, poking me in the bed with a big feather duster. Get out of that bed, Colette, and clean those flipping windows. Or something like that. Anyway, so sitting at the desk, I would be able to see down the driveway. Well, not down the driveway, but across the top of it. So I can see if anyone's coming to the cottage, and near the door, got the window behind me. Well, all I can say, it's been rather lovely over the past couple of days, because yesterday There was just a downpour. I mean, the rain was incredible and very welcome. And as a consequence, everything's freshened up here in the gardens. I'm going to take you around the side of the cottage, just the gable end. Look at the beautiful growth on my little pine tree there. The flowers are out, the aqualegia are all out. I've got some wonderful rhododendron flowers coming out here as well. Oh, hiding. That was hiding on me. Look at that. I must pull that tub out so I can see it. Look at the colours on that one. I love it. Just taking you around the side of the cottage. This is the end of the studio here, and look at the beautiful clematis flowers. I did put a little bit of wire up there last year, you can see. So there's been a sort of a cling-on effect going on here. Look at this. Isn't this lovely? And you know, I'm so glad that I cleaned out that gutter because there would have been water pouring from the place, and instead it's all gone into the tub and the rain barrel, and that's good. So this is what I was looking at here. I just thought this was a beautiful little cameo, a little montage, not created by me but created by nature. That's my little Buddha head. It's a metal one. I got that years and years ago, and when I came here I thought, this is weatherproof, so I'll put it outside somewhere. So I just put it there in the corner of the window ledge, and you can see what's happened. This beautiful creeper has just grown up around it like a little garland, like a little garland of flowers. Yeah, not beautiful. And the pieris has all been freshened up. Let me just pull back a little bit. There we go, you can see it. All the pieris has been freshened up, and plants that were kind of struggling a little bit, like the dog daisies, the oxeye daisies, they've all been given a new lease of life, and I think by the look of them they'll be flowering soon. They're wildflowers, of course, which are all welcome in my garden. So you can see the freshness. You can hear it with the birds as well. The birds are singing because the ground has been softened up, and it's going to make finding little worms and whatever easier for them. The roses are starting to appear on the Rosa canina, which is the dog rose. Canina, you know, canine, that's Latin for dog. So yeah, it's just beautiful, lovely. My son's is still there. He is going to move it soon. I don't like it sitting there. Don't tell him, but I just don't like it sitting there. So anyway, look at this. How beautiful. Cotoneaster and golden oregano. Look at that. It's just made itself at home. Then the little table, again, this is something that I bought at a boot fair. I think I paid €7 or €8 for it years and years ago, but it's a beautiful piece of furniture. Again, it's solid wood. So I've moved that now from the porch in here beside my Queen of the Castle chair. That's where I sit and ponder all things within this world and beyond. And I've moved the log basket from there, and little Patsy's bed is there beside me. So we can cozy on up. I can move the laptop onto there if I want to watch or binge another series if I find one, like I, Claudius. Well, there we go. What say you about the new arrangement? I think it just brings a more energy in, and a different energy, because what kind of energy is held within that beautiful desk? Huh? And I'm going to, well, my aim is, whether I stick to it or not, I do not know. But my aim is going to be to use the desk for writing in longhand. You know, I can sort of put myself back into the Jane Austen era. Love that time. Yeah, okay. So I'm just testing out my Queen of the Castle chair now with my little table here. Look, and I have a little drink on it. No, stop it. Stop it. I know it looks like a whiskey and whatnot, but it's not. Reminds me of a story about my nana, and I'll tell you that in a minute. This is mint tea from my own dried garden mint, of which I have lots. So I made up a big pot of mint tea last night, so it cooled overnight. This morning I decanted it into drinking bottles that I can take out with me. And I added the juice of a lime, the juice of a lemon, and some lime cordial in with it. It is delicious. In fact, it's heavenly. It's heavenly. Yeah. So here we are, look, ensconced. Do you know what I need in this cottage? I need to have some kind of, I was going to say servant. I don't like the idea of servants, but I don't know. Maybe a partner who adored me so much, he would just say, Colette, would you like some tea? Would you like some bickies with it? Shall I make the supper? Whilst I'm at it, shall I clean those windows for you? But I'm telling you this much, he wouldn't be staying for breakfast, okay? No. So the story about my granny, all right. So years ago, let me see, it would have been during the 1980s. So my children were quite small, and every summer we would come to Ireland. I had a Volkswagen camper van. We lived in London, you know. We actually lived in a nice part of London, so there's no complaints, like. But my husband was always delighted to see the back of me and the children, and he'd just kind of stand outside the front door, waving us off, you know, take care. After which, all his mates would be around, they'd probably be having a big party, but anyway. So we would spend about 6 weeks or so, just the whole school holidays, driving up and down the west coast. It was pretty wild. We were, the children regard that time now as their feral childhood. I need to stop laughing, otherwise I won't get the story told. Anyway, so we'd kind of round off the trip. Before we'd head back to Dublin and the ferry to Holyhead, we would end up in Omagh to see my granny. And anyway, so we'd stay, you know, for 3 or 4 days. Well, we couldn't stay with her because her house was so tiny. But we'd kind of stay in the local hotel, and it was nice and comfortable. So anyway, I said to her, Gran, I said, where would you like us to take you now? Because I have the Volkswagen camper and you can travel in comfort. And oh, she said, I'd love to go out to the Gorton Glen Forest Park. Well, it wasn't a forest, it was just a plantation of monoculture, quick cash sale trees. But we all thought it was a forest because none of us had seen a forest before, you know. So they had a wee cafe out there. So anyway, we hauled her up into the back of the camper, put a rug over her, drove her out to the Gorton Glen Forest Park, and offloaded her there, you know, and kind of manhandled her, you know, kind of hustled her into the cafe. There was myself and the children all trying to move her along because, my God, that woman was slow. I never, never seen her get into a gallop, ever. Anyway, got her in there, and I said to her, Gran, I said, now what would you like to drink? She said, I'll have a wee port and lemon. I said, you will not. It's only tea or coffee. Oh, she said, what was the use in bringing me all the way out here? Oh, gosh. She was a character. I could actually write a book about her. with all her sayings and all her reflections on life. I mean, she actually told me that she accepted Hughie's hand in marriage because she thought it would be a great jape altogether, that the wedding day would be fantastic, that she'd be the star of the show and all the rest of it, and she'd have a new dress and she'd have a going away outfit and all it would be grand. She said, I never seen past the wedding. Anyway, I think I will have to start writing about her, because if I don't, she's going to be forgotten. She will be forgotten because my siblings, have very few memories of her. Because I think I was the only one who made that continual trip to Oma, and I used to write to her and stuff like that. Anyway, enough of all this. So I'm going to finish off this video and I'm going to post it up and say blessings to you all. And thanks for all the lovely comments, by the way. And I am replying in a more fulsome way because I have discovered the, what's it called? The dictation microphone or something, where you just speak slowly and very carefully and it actually scribes your words. Anyway, blessings to you all. Love from myself and the wee one down there. And so the end of another beautiful built in a cottage day. Blessings to you all, and we'll talk again soon.